Welcome to a world rarely spoken of, where light does not always bring truth, and darkness holds the answers you were never meant to hear. Here we unravel the darkest corners of the mind, challenge old beliefs, and open the door to a reality you never expected. This is not just a video. This is a journey into the shadows of your own soul. You think you're free. That's the joke. Not because you chose it, not because you built it, but because you were trained to call your cage freedom. Like a pet who's learned to love its leash. We live in a world where obedience is dressed up as choice, where chains are polished until they look like jewelry, and where slavery is outsourced, not to masters with whips, but to systems that whisper, "You're free, as long as you play by the rules." Freedom used to be simple. It meant no master. No one owns you, no one commands you. But that kind of freedom doesn't work in modern society. It's too free. It's dangerous. So instead, we built a version of freedom that's safe, controlled, predictable, where you can speak as long as no one important disagrees, where you can vote as long as the system stays intact, where you can live but only within the pre-approved narrative. We replaced walls with screens, replaced dictators with algorithms, replaced orders with subtle nudges that feel like your own thoughts. And the genius of it? You think you chose this. You didn't. You were trained to love it. You wake up. You choose your coffee. You choose your clothes. You choose your job, your phone, your apps, your friends, your hobbies. You think, I'm free. Look how many choices I have. But you're not choosing anything real. You're selecting from a menu someone else wrote. You're not building your life. You're assembling it from prepackaged parts handed to you by corporations, governments, and culture. It's not freedom. It's a supermarket of identity. You don't get to choose whether to play the game. You just get to choose your costume. Comfort is the drug, and control is the dealer. As long as you're comfortable, you won't ask questions. As long as you're entertained, you won't resist. As long as your chains don't hurt, you won't even notice them. So they made it soft, pillowed, convenient. We don't live in a prison made of bars. We live in a prison made of dopamine like delivery apps and endless distractions. We live in a mental zoo, where the bars are made of ideas, and the keepers wear smiles. You are not free. You're managed. True control doesn't look like force. It looks like agreement. Because when people believe the system is good, they'll police themselves. No guards needed. No guns. No violence. Just fear and shame. And the quiet voice in your head that whispers, if I just work harder, I'll be free. But freedom isn't on the other side of effort. It's not waiting for you at the top of the ladder, because the ladder was placed inside a cage. And when you finally reach the top, you'll realize you were climbing in circles. It started early. Sit still. Raise your hand. Ask permission. Don't question authority. Get good grades. Obey the bell. Stand in line. They didn't teach you to think. They taught you to repeat, to memorize, to trust the textbook more than your own eyes. And by the time you were old enough to question it, you were already afraid of being wrong, afraid of standing out, afraid of losing your place in the machine. So you stopped asking and called it maturity. They trained you to be responsible, but what they meant was, be predictable, be compliant, don't make noise. Fear is the language of power. Not loud, explosive fear, but quiet, constant dread. The fear of being fired, the fear of being canceled, the fear of being alone, the fear of being wrong. So you censor yourself. You shrink your thoughts. You soften your words. And you smile, because that's safer than honesty. Freedom isn't possible in a world addicted to safety, because real freedom is dangerous. It offends, it questions, it rebels, and that kind of person, they get exiled, mocked, silenced. So instead you play nice and call it being smart, but deep down you feel it. You're not free. You're just well-behaved. You think you're free because you have choices. But what kind of choices? iPhone or Android? Pepsi or Coke? Red or blue? Comply or be excluded? That's not freedom. That's a menu. You're free to decorate your cage, not to escape it. You were told you could be anything, but only if anything fits inside the system. Want to wander? Dangerous. Want to speak out? Problematic. Want to stop playing the game altogether? Now you're the threat. The system tolerates variety as long as it stays in line. They don't need to beat you. They just need to keep you comfortable. Soft bed, fast food, endless screens, pleasure on demand. Why rebel when you're entertained? They don't need chains when you scroll willingly. They don't need prisons when you lock yourself in your own routine. You've been given everything except the space to think. You've been sold the lie that feeling good is the same as being free. But comfort is not liberation. Comfort is a sedative. It lulls you to sleep while your life passes by. And when you feel that quiet panic, that low hum of something's wrong, you mute it with more noise, more likes, more dopamine. You're not free. You're just sedated. You want to rebel? Stop performing. Stop pretending. Stop nodding. Stop playing the role you were given. Real rebellion isn't shouting. It's refusing to play. It's waking up, sitting with the discomfort, daring to feel the weight of your own mind. It's terrifying, because the moment you stop obeying, you realize how deep the programming goes. But in that terror, there's something else. Clarity, not comfort, not happiness, but truth. And truth doesn't care about your feelings. It just is. To see the system is to lose your place in it. To stop being a pawn is to lose the illusion of safety. You will be misunderstood, mocked, alone. Because most people don't want to wake up. They want you to stay asleep with them. So when you resist, they'll call you crazy, difficult, negative. But what they really mean is, you stopped pretending. You stopped worshiping the mask. You've chosen pain over delusion, reality over comfort. And that makes you dangerous. Not because you hold power over others, but because you've taken it back for yourself. You were never free, because you never chose to be. Not really. You chose approval. You chose comfort. You chose belonging. But you don't have to keep choosing. You can walk out of the cage, but no one will open the door for you. No one will cheer. No one will understand, because the key was never out there. It was always in your hand. And now, you know it. So the question is, will you use it? If this message spoke to you, if you felt something stir within, don't ignore it. Like this video if you can see through the illusion. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Because waking up is never a solo journey. And if you want to keep questioning the world around you, subscribe to this channel. Stay connected. Stay curious. It's just getting started, and the path to the truth is only going to get darker. Don't walk away now. The real journey begins here.